Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys Micah Parsons negotiations take surprising turn. The Dallas Cowboys are in the midst of bringing on new talent in the NFL draft and also securing some of their veterans. One of the biggest names left to secure, of course, is defensive end Micah Parsons. Parsons and the Cowboys have reportedly had a few discussions, but nothing solid has transpired that would appease those who really want to see him with this team for the long haul. However, on Wednesday, April 9th, ESPN expert and personality Adam Schefter shared some surprising and positive news. Judging by several comments Parsons has made since the Cowboys season ended in 2024, he wants to get a deal done. But, per usual, the Dallas Cowboys have been taking their time. In the process of waiting to work out a deal with Parsons, other high-profile edge rushers have signed new deals, including Myles Garrett with $40 million per year and Max Crosby with $35.5 million annually. So, the cost of a good edge rusher has gone up, and the Cowboys will likely have to pay more because of it. Now, according to Schefter, the deal could get done sooner than expected. That would be music to the ears of Cowboys fans everywhere. It certainly sounded like Jones and Parsons were getting close to a deal, but the agent wasn't involved, and now the agent's gonna be involved, Schefter said during an appearance on 105.3 The Fan. That deal may get done sooner than Dak's, Prescott, or CD's, Lamb, and we'll see how it all works out. Of course, that doesn't say much, because the Dallas Cowboys waited until last minute to ink Prescott, literally moments before their first game, and Lamb missed almost all of training camp due to the delay. But, it appears the talks are progressing to the point that things could happen sooner rather than later. If and when Parsons is back on the field with the Cowboys, he might look a bit different. The star took to X on April 8th to make a wild assertion that, "I think I may play this year bald-headed y'all." So, he might be showing off a bald new hairdo on the field. Cowboys trade pitch fixes Dak Prescott's biggest need in blockbuster deal. The New York Jets will face a few tough decisions over the next 9 months. The team has multiple players they have to consider extending, and as a result, the Dallas Cowboys could benefit from it. The Cowboys' running back room still isn't where it needs to be, and if the Jets are willing to move on from Breece Hall, that's somebody they should be interested in. Hall is one of the better running backs in the NFL, proving throughout his 3-year career that he's elite when the Jets give him the proper touches. During the 2024 campaign, he wasn't great, but that could be more on the Jets' fault than the Iowa State product. If the Dallas Cowboys were to trade for Hall, there are a few ways they could go. Some have suggested them to draft a running back in the first round, but unless Ashton Jeanty falls, the Cowboys could look to make a trade for somebody like Hall. In a proposed trade from Alex K. of Bleacher Report, the Cowboys would do just that in a deal with the New York Jets. He proposed a deal that would move a 2025 third and 2025 sixth-round pick for Hall. The Dallas Cowboys cannot afford to enter another season without enough firepower in the backfield. They attempted to forego spending any significant money or draft picks on running backs last offseason and wound up averaging only 100.3 yards per game on the ground in 2024, which ranked 27th league-wide. Rather than hope a blue-chipper like Ashton Jeanty is still available at number 12 overall or rolling the dice on an unheralded prospect in the middle rounds, the Cowboys could instead package a pair of their 10 total selections to bring in Hall. Despite already achieving star status going into his 4th NFL season, Hall still has plenty of upside and potential to grow along with the other young talent in Dallas, Kay wrote. Kay's reasoning is spot on, as Dak Prescott could use all the help he can get, and improving the running back room would do that. Trade rumors have started to heat up regarding Hall and the New York Jets after new head coach Aaron Glenn said that the team will use a 3 running back scheme. If the Jets decide to do what Glenn has spoken about, the Dallas Cowboys need to hop all over this type of deal and get something done for the 23-year-old. Cowboys make retirement switch in bringing in ex-retiree to replace All-Pro guard. The Dallas Cowboys' eyes are currently firmly directed onto the forthcoming draft later this month. But that does not mean that the team are not still looking to make the odd free agency pickup here and there. Particularly considering the team were not exactly ultra-active, against the wishes of star pass rusher Micah Parsons, in last month's open market. After trading for Joe Milton III last week, giving up a 5th-round pick and obtaining a 7th in return, in what was third trade of the offseason after making moves for Kenneth Murray and Khair Elam, the Cowboys are making yet another move, this time agreeing to terms for guard, Sadiq Charles. The Cowboys have agreed to terms with veteran offensive guard Sadiq Charles. The former Washington Commander didn't play last season after retiring. He started 10 games in 2023, John Machota wrote on X. Dallas bring player out of retirement to replace recently retired Zach Martin. Whilst not a wildly well-known name for much of the league, some Cowboys fans will remember Charles for his 4-year tenure with division rivals, the Washington Commanders, where he started 18 games, the majority of which were in his final season with the organization back in 2023. After winning a starting role in 23, the LSU then won a starting role on the Tennessee Titans offensive line the following year in 2024 ahead of Dylan Radunz, yet subsequently retired prior to the start of the season for personal reasons. Having elected to come out of retirement at the start of the league year, March 12, of 2025, Dallas has now agreed to sign the 25-year-old on a 1-year deal. Although it is not quite a one-for-one swap, Zach Martin retires and Charles is his immediate, clear replacement, there is very much a path for the former Commander to be Dallas' starting right guard come Week 1. Even though Washington and Tennessee have not exactly produced dynamic offensive lines over the past couple of seasons, winning a starting job in successive years, and somewhat unexpectedly so in Tennessee last year, is not an easy feat. Much will depend on the Cowboys' draft plans and how they view the long-term prospects of incumbent starter, Brock Hoffman, who started 7 games in 2024 in lieu of the injured, and now retired, Zach Martin. Leave your like, tell us your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the channel.